And everything should be in order. Well, let's see what I can do now. So I went through the Forest of the Fallen Giants, and I killed the last giant. To say killed is an understatement. He killed me first, and then I'm pretty sure I exsanguinated him through the Achilles tendons. Because that's where I immediately struck. Now I'm going to go finish everything up at Hyde's Tower Point. Maybe I'll see if I can get lucky enough to get a Hyde sword. I doubt it, though. Could always be a good idea in the end. Let me just check to see that everything's going on on YouTube. Yes, connection is excellent. Great. Let's just go back to OBS, make sure that's collecting everything, and it is. Wondrous. And now... Okay, so... From before, I killed the last giant. I got his soul, I also got the soldier's key, which allows me to open up the locked. Have you ever got close to one of those salamanders and they just tried to oh, I thought that guy was moving, but no, that was just the body spawning in and collapsing into a wall. Wonders. Anyway, so these grated doors are locked and you require the soldier's key to access them. In this room, this is something new to Scholar the First Sin. We have the Grand Lance. Nice piece of equipment. Very powerful lance-type weapon. It's slow, but it hits hard. And in that box, there are 3 Ember Herbs, and over here we have a Scion Knight. Not going to mess with him. Scion Knights guard locations that are important to Dranglake's King Vendrick. The majority of the places that they guard are boxes containing Sublime Bone Dust, which is utilized to upgrade Estus Flasks in this game. So, there are 2 places that can go with this item. Actually, no, both of them are this way. So, in order to do this, I wouldn't... If I hadn't killed the Pursuer before, I would need to kill him. But since I had already killed him, I don't have to fight the second time. Which is good. Anyway, we're gonna have these 2 Spearmen. Stun him there. Him out, go to big drop his leggings. Very good, very good. Over here, there is that ironclad. Folks take them out handedly. And up there, there is a shiny. That shiny, I believe, is just healing items. We shall take a look, though. Life gem and a homeward bone. And here's another door that we utilize the soldier's key on. Going up this way, we will find some Drangleic soldiers. They are called Royal Swordsmen. You could potentially get their drop, which is a pretty decent weapon. It's the Royal Swordsman's Blade. It's basically a renamed variant of the Falchion. We'll get a copy of it later, but alright. 3 life gems and a soul of a nameless soldier. I think that's the game's special way of telling you there's a powerful boss here, or at the very least there would be if I hadn't killed him already. The boss you face here is the Pursuer. I killed him at that small little area where he was. Where he comes down from his little bird friend and tries to kill us. Anyway, there's a tree of giants. Later on, there's an item I can get called the Ashen Heart that allows me to enter the memories there. Over there we have the Drangleic set, including the Drangleic Greatsword, Drangleic Shield, and Drangleic Armor. Let's take a look at the shield. In Dark Souls 3, this shield was renamed to the Kite Shield. Captain Drummond's shield, even if its embossing is terribly worn. Or rather, I should say, even with its embossing terribly worn, this shield exudes pride and authority. An heirloom passed from grandfather to father and father to son. Drummond and those before him held this shield when facing those who would threaten their kingdom's great land. Basically, Drummond was a captain of the Drain Lake military, and either was killed in the battle against the Giants, or survived the battle when Hollow wandered around the battlefield and finally died. A tragic end to a heroic figure, but tragedy discriminates not. Anyway, if we go up here, we will find a bird's nest, and this bird, if we examine it, come on, let me examine it. We examine it as opposed to reading the message that somebody wrote right on top of the bird's nest. The giant eagle that the pursuer was using to move around will grab us and take us to the Lost Bastille, which is the next area. Oh yeah, once you beat all the bosses in the Lost Bastille, I mean not the Lost Bastille, in the Forest of the Fallen Giants, Merchant Head Melintia will make her way to Majula. Or at the very least she would if you talk to her enough times to exhaust all of her dialogue. I don't think I've done that yet. Anyway, this sign here is for a player. I'm not going to utilize it yet. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rest up at this bonfire. Just for the sake of the lulz, I'm going to summon this player over here. Vector. I wonder if he's friends with a bee and a chameleon. Be careful with the platforms here because you can easily fall into the ocean and drown from those gaps in the flooring. Anyway, this guy's here. My guy looks very pale. I meant to make him look tanner. That didn't work so well. Anyway. Oh, he returned. Okay, I guess he didn't. One easy way to deal with the dogs in this room is to take that barrel of gunpowder, drop it, it will collapse and explode, igniting all the other barrels of gunpowder, causing a grand old explosion that will wipe out all the enemies in that room and potentially you, if you are not careful. Anyway, there's Pursuer again. He lives up to his name and periodically knows what cost us. Thankfully, much like before, he is very much weak to thrust. And he got me there. Not the end of the world. Let's try taking him out with a rapier. Let me see if I can reflex parry his attacks with the rapier. Great Scythe, used to harvest grain, normally not used as a weapon, but can be used to a good extent as well. At the very least, that's what it would say. The text didn't stop here. Anyway, that guy out. None of them may have survived. No, none of them survived. Open up the door, go over here, get our souls, and we have to kill the Pursuer again. He pops up once more. He pops up once you get close to the chest. Thankfully I managed to phase my way out of that attack. You could parry his attacks and stun him, though you can't riposte him if you parry him. Time to heal. You can parry that thrust he has when his sword's glowing. You can parry all of his normal flash attacks, though. Come on, do that attack, you do leave. Actually, do that attack, you do leave one shot, then launch a whole ton of dark orbs at me. When he does that attack, the best thing to do is to just get behind him, wail on him, and hopefully survive the attack. Come on, do that attack. There it is. It's gonna basically plunge up and launch a whole ton of dark orbs at you. They deal moderate damage and curse you, but if you kill him, you can easily take advantage of that by getting behind him and poking him to death. Anyway, that is not very important to the matter. What is important to the matter, though, is taking out these guys. As you can see, by the type of magic they use, these enemies are pyromancers. I was trying to see if you can just break those open with parrying, but really the best way to break those open is to just roll into them.
What is it?
This woman here.
I don't know you. Things are better that way.
Is a potential ally.
Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. I'm called Lucatil.
Hello, Lucatil.
From the land of Mira to the far east. They say Drang Lake, and so I came to claim my share.
Good luck with that journey.
Strange, but you are an odd one. Well, you've made a point of engaging. I can see that you are Mid. I come from Mira. Don't hesitate. You are an odd one. Well, don't hesitate.
So that's it for her dialogue. If they repeat their dialogue, that means that it's done with. Anyway. So she is Lucatil of Mira. She is a swordsman, and will assist us on our journey because we were nice enough to converse with her. Before this interaction. Anyway, more royal soldiers. You would attempt to take them out in a relatively timely fashion. Be careful with the holes in the floor, you could potentially fall through them and die. He didn't drop anything. Oh well. See, do I have any throwing knives on here? I have a throwing knife. Let's use it at that guy to pull him over here because he can hit that, barrel full of explosive material, and if he does... Oh. Okay, this is a cool attack he does. He grabs us, slams us into the ground, and does some moderate damage doing so. He ended up killing me. Actually, no, he barely survived the explosion. Never mind, he just ended up killing me. Okay. So, yeah. Let's hope I can get those souls back without dying. Still have a bow. Though I could try using archery to my advantage. Be careful not to fall off the platform. It won't end well for you if you do. But poke him to death. Poke, 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 and he is dead. Be careful near the edges where the walls are broken. Sometimes the game's physics engine is a little bit screwy and it will immediately send you hurtling down there. I recommend you don't do that. Just keep on going, follow down the straight and narrow, be careful not to fall off the cliff. Kill these pyromancers before they have a chance to kill you. I would recommend you equip armor that has good fire defense for this area. If you have access to such armor, I should say. Come on, get that over here. No. Okay, good, he didn't knock over the barrel of gunpowder. Okay. And now what you do with this barrel of gunpowder is... Well, before I do anything with this, I'm going to go up down here and I'm going to kill some of the enemies here. Because there's a chance that that barrel of gunpowder can miss. And if the dogs notice you and attack you, they can break the barrel of gunpowder. And as you see, that wall there has a gigantic crack. One easy way to get through to the NPC that's in that wall is to push the barrel of gunpowder. Sometimes it misses. If it does, fret not. Just move it into position. God, the physics of that thing is so... Don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, no. Okay, so... So what you're supposed to do is set that thing on fire. I don't have anything that can utilize fire except for this thing. And it blows open a hole in the wall. This is very important. We light this bonfire, and through that door is a forge. To utilize the forge's contents, we have to light the sconce. There are tons of goods here that we can pilfer. The man running the forge doesn't seem to mind if we just run through and take everything here. There's one thing that I heavily recommend you take, and it is the contents of this steel box that gentleman was utilizing as a secret. Out of this, you will find the craftsman's hammer and a piece of twinkling titan. Craftsman's hammer is a hammer used by the blacksmith Andre in Dark Souls 1. Very practical weapon, as opposed to the blacksmith's hammer that you would get in Running Grasp from either completing his quest or killing him, which is a tool first and a weapon last. It's a horrible weapon.
Shit.
Okay, so he's like, the flame burns brightly, and he's like, I smell flame on you.
Right.
The dull ember that we got at the beginning, you give it to him,
You've got stuff. Give me.
and with that we can buy equipment from him, and or... Well, important thing is that we can buy equipment from him, we can also buy upgrade materials from him. Two of the bigger things I would recommend you get from him if you're a dex build like me is the katana and the long bow. That does it for everything here. Now I'm going to go back to the Tower of Flame, and I'm going to try to kill the boss. There are two ways you can try to kill the boss here. I'm going to try doing it in a more cheesy fashion. There are two ways that you can cheese the boss. First of which is utilizing a platform and then shooting him full of arrows. Second way is by getting him to fall off of the... getting him to fall off the arena into the water with everything. I'll try to do it. I'll just show you how you can cheese him the arrow way, and then attempt to cheese him the arena fall off way. Not gonna make me guarantee. How he has reason how. So yeah, with these old knights, you could potentially get their equipment. Wouldn't try to lose any sleep on it though. Okay, that one is still up. Come on. There he goes. That one falls off into the water. So that switch is still not active, and now let's take a look at the other one. I believe that other one is also still not active. Okay, for this guy, use archery to your advantage. So good thing about the long bow is that it has excellent range and excellent damage. Bad thing about it is it's kind of slow. Nowhere near as slow as the crossbows, but still relatively slow. Come on, put your shield away. Go. And now I'll show you Chief's method number one when it comes to the this boss. Hailstone, that's pretty okay. Chief's method one goes as follows. If you stand here with your archery set, you can see the boss right there. It is the old dragon rider. What you can do is, utilizing a longbow, you can see there, even though we can't see his health pool, we can see that he's getting hit by these arrows. So as we see, he's getting hit by the arrows. You could also potentially, I think you could do this with sorceries, but I don't think that they have range. This is my preferred way of cheesing this boss. Just cheese him with archery while he's not aware of your presence. If you got a bonfire aesthetic as your starting gift, actually, let me try something. Do you have the reach to do this with a short bow that you get from Leningrass? Yeah, you also have the reach to do this with the Leningrass short bow. Amazing. You can do this with a short bow. I don't think crossbows have enough range to pull this off, though. Okay, I don't think he's reacting to the bows anymore. So I think that means that he's already dead. We'll soon find out. Still reacting to the arrows. Anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and wail on this guy until I run out of arrows. Be warned, though, that if you try to take out that once you take out the Dragon Rider, the Hide Knights will no longer be sedentary. They will be completely reactive to your presence. Which is why I'm going to use this as a perfect opportunity to try and get some good damage in against the Hide Knights before I fight the boss, because I want to see if I can get their equipment. And I have gear on that increases my item find, so this is as good of a chance as any to try and get it. So same as before, get their attention, get them over here, parry their attack, stab them in the face. Okay, the game's froze. I thought that this was going to be like a complete freeze and that I was going to lose out on this progress. I mean, not really, because Dark Souls has an autosave, but at the very least it would make it a lot less convenient to go through all this. By the way, while I'm here, I should, in place of the life ring, with the Ring of Restoration, it very slowly recovers your health as you wear it. Like, let's see, I don't think this shows current health to max health, it just shows max. What if I go to player info? No, it just shows my stats. It only shows your max health. In Dark Souls 3, it would show your max health in ratio to the amount of health that you would have, to the amount of health that you currently have. It goes like current health to max health, or some weird ratio like that. So with this guy, same as before. Parry him. Stabby crap in the gut. Rinse and repeat until the light fully drained from their eyes, at which point you continue on your journey. So, yeah. Anyway, the other way that you can cheese the boss is I'm not good at pulling this off myself, so I'm not going to do it, but if anyone wants to find out, just look up Dark Souls 2 Dragon Rider cheese, as in the food. Like, Dragon space Rider space cheese. And that'll show you how you can kill the boss easily by getting him to fall off the edge of the battlefield. Basically what you do is you stand at the right corner of the battlefield, right as... Basically there's a falling system for the battlefield, of the entrance to the battlefield to... Where the cover is. Oh nice, I got their sword. That's really the only piece of their accoutrements that I care about. Okay. Again, be warned that once you kill the old dragon, right, not the old dragon rider, it's called the dragon rider. Once you kill the dragon rider, all the Hide Knights in the area will become hostile. I'm just saying, be careful with that. Okay, cracked eye orb. Let's throw what's the name of that guy? Didn't quite reach. Try throwing another one. That one did reach. Great. And now, like with all the other Hide Knights, wait for him to get close to us. Parry his attack, preferably with a rapier. Stab, and then continue stabbing. There we go. There's also an NPC that we can summon here. That NPC is Master Wit's Glencore. I'll utilize a human effigy and make myself human just to show you. In the meantime, I might as well try to take out more of the Hide Knights in the area. So, let's put on the light crossbow. Let's swap this for that, and there we go. Don't worry about the strength requirements for the bow, because because with all the bows in the game, you have to use them in both hands. So you really just need... So the real secret to the strength requirements for a bow would be strength requirement of the weapon divided by 1.5. Because if you two-hand a weapon, that adds half of your strength stat to your nominal strength stat. Basically, the math of it is, since your normal strength stat is the strength of only using one hand, that's your nominal strength. Your full strength, two-handing a weapon, would be that amount plus 1/2 of it. Just weird-ass mathematics. Anyway. Hide Knight here. Parry. Kill. Huh, this one has no chill. Marvelous. Okay. So now that the High Knight is dead, I can utilize a human effigy. And I might as well increase both platforms here, and maybe try doing some more bow slash crossbow cheese if it had enough range. I doubt it though. I think the bow is the only one with enough range. Alright, let's just exhaust all of the arrows I have in my stock. This guy, let's see if I can actually hit him with a crossbow. So let's see. I doubt it though. No, I think I'm just barely out of range. Yeah, no, I'm out of... What if I try moving up as close to the edge as possible? Now we try. Nope, still out of range. Never mind, you can't use a crossbow for this. Only the longbow and the short bow have sufficient range. Anyway, I'm just going to exhaust all of my arrows on this guy. Get as close to the edge as possible. He seemed to have noticed me that time. Okay, well, anyway, time to get to the real fight. So, for this fight, I recommend summoning Master Wit's Glencore. I'll put on a spear, whether it be the normal spear or winged spear, I do not care, as long as it is a spear. You know what, for the sake of shits and giggles, I'm going to use this. Anyway, Master Wit's Glencore, he is a swordsman who utilizes a claymore. I believe the shield that he has on is the disc chime, which is a bell that, or unless it's someone else I'm thinking of. Let's take a look at the sign for him. Glencore does not have the disc chime, he has the Easterner's shield. Well, anyway, let's summon him. Let's put him in here. I don't know if this was enough cheese to kill him completely, but we shall see out. Huh. It was enough to kill him. He's at 0 health. What you basically have to do at this point is just do at least 1 damage to him, and you get his sword. Now then, coming up here is an NPC who I can say without a doubt is a terrible person. And that is Lycia
Are you
Lindo.
from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come. I can see that you are... But the cost of it?
She sells the Ring of Faith, or the Ring of Prayer. She also sells some pretty decent miracles. You know what I'm really interested in, to be honest, is Rest in Prayer.
I'd heard awful room. The king.
I'm gonna keep her
I
alive.
fear. Why did I... Do I need my and sometime... It's... And being out here... I expected, without any... To a place. Sorry. May the power of...
Yeah,
offer
she's
your
a
soul...
fraud. She's not actually a cleric, she's just a con man, utilizing the cloth as a means of getting converts. For no other reason but for the accumulation of capital. Anyway. Let's just check to see everything around here, just to make sure... I wonder where that bloodstain is there. Maybe he lured an enemy over here and got killed by him? Not sure. Well, anyway, this leads to the... No Man's Wharf area. Once she says, I've heard that there were goings on here, but I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can go the... Once she says that, that means that, you've exhausted all her dialogue and she's gonna move to Majula. There's some point much later in the game where you get an item that allows you to invade Alicia's world. It doesn't even mention that Alicia is the person you use it on, it's just a... It's called a crushed red eye orb. It's basically a red eye orb that's been flattened. And it's said that the eye quivers restlessly, trying to find sinners and charlatans, and then it says, where are the miscreants? Where are they? The miscreant that's talking about is one Alicia of Lindau. She is a fraud, and I'm guessing she murdered the actual cleric whose gear she's wearing. Anyway, over here we have a Scion Knight. They could drop their equipment. It's a rare drop. You can find them indefinitely in Drangley Castle and farm them there. Regardless, over here we have some bone dust. And now I need to see if I can find some items slash gear slash what have you that have high resistance to bleed. So to do that, I will look around. What here has high resistance to bleed? That has 42. That has less. That has less. That has 21. That has only 19. Okay. High Knight Gauntlets has worse bleed defense compared to the Wanderer's set. That's kind of ironic. What about the helmet? Infantry Helm has the same. Hollow Infantry Helm has less. Wanderer's Hood has surprisingly good defense against bleed. You know what? I'll put on the Wanderer's Hood then. It looks like right now my starting gear is the one that has the best bleed resistance. Go figure. Well, I mean, the Dranglake leggings have slightly higher bleed resist. The reason why is because there are enemies in the Lost Bastille. Is this the Wanderer's Hood, or is this imported? Oh, that's imported. Yeah, the Wanderer's Hood has significantly higher bleed defense than everything else. Makes sense, as it's built for long journeys. Makes sense that it would have the defenses to laceration. This man is a swordsman, after all. Wouldn't really make sense to be a swordsman and have armor that has poor defense against bleed. For whatever reason, in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, katanas deal bleed, but in Dark Souls 2, katanas don't have native bleed. The weapon that has native bleed in this game are curved swords. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense, since a katana is technically a curved sword. If you go by the broadest definition of the weapon type, a katana is a sword that is curved. So I don't see why in this game, curved swords have bleed, but katanas don't. Meanwhile, in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, only some curved swords have bleed, but all katanas have bleed. Never made any sense to me. Regardless, this area here takes us to the No Man's Wharf. I'm gonna put this on again. And I'm going to go through the No Man's Wharf. Hopefully the game doesn't lag too hard. And the reason why is because I want to utilize pyromancies as my main form of magic, And in order to utilize pyromancies, I need to get a pyromancy flame, which is found in this area. First thing I recommend you do, light a torch, and light at least one of the sconces here from the bonfire. Because the wonderful thing about sconces, once you light one, it is lit forever. There's no putting out the sconce using magic or anything like that. Once the sconce is lit, it is completely lit. Okay, there we have a dog, there we have a fellow soldier. Okay. I believe there is a Varangian around here. I'll deal with him soon enough. There's also a Varangian up there. The Varangians are stereotypical Vikings. They're seafaring marauders that, thankfully, for Drain Lake, which may or may not be based on Britain, thankfully for the British, these marauders... Okay, that's me running around in the sand. I thought another one of these enemies were alive. Drain Lakes actually had superior naval forces to the Varangians. Oh no, I think that it wasn't their naval forces that were superior to the Varangians. The Varangians had superior naval forces, it's just that Drain Lake's naval forces managed to hold down long enough for the Varangians to have to invade on land. At which point, Drain Lake, with their superior infantry, managed to completely quash the Varangians, and so King Vendrick forced them to keep guard over the wharf here. Which I'm guessing that they managed to form a healthy rapport with the Drain Lake soldiers, considering that they live here with the Drain Lake infantrymen in some kind of relative peace. I don't know if that's a result of the Undead Curse or the result of them forming an actual rapport. As part of having to work together for so long, I'm gonna put my money on it being some kind of camaraderie. As you can see there is a Varangian. Deal with him easily, just equip a bow. Shoot at him, knock him over. For this guy, he's an archer. Honestly. Okay, well that happened. So anyway, that guy there is an archer. He will shoot at us using archery, of course. I mean, that's the whole point of his fighting style. Anyway, let's hope I can get over there and get my souls back, and hopefully I don't fall in the water. Water in this game is a death trap. You can't swim, so if you end up falling into deep water, you will immediately drown. No ifs, ands, or asses about it. You will. And not even like stereotypical video game style drowning like Link in the Legend of Zelda. He's flailing around in the water and can't move. No, I mean like you legit fall in the water like a goddamn stone. Stop moving. You legit just fall into the water like a goddamn stone. Cease all of your movement and just immediately perish. It's honestly really depressing. Like, the bastard doesn't even try to swim out. He just, like, falls in, resigns himself to his fate like a bulldog dressed like a potato, and just sinks into the water. Like, it is depressing. By the way, bulldogs and pugs can't swim. But, oh, the sea bow! That's the exact thing that I wanted from these guys. Sea bow is a fascinating piece of weaponry. It is a bow. Do I have the stats necessary to use it? I don't have enough strength. But like I said, strength is meaningless. If you can... See, with bows, since you have to wield them in both hands, you will always have enough strength to use it as long as you are within... As long as you are within that amount of strength divided by 0.5. As long as you are in, like, the way that the algorithm works is that the way that strength two-handed is shown is, like... I'll call it strength D because you're dual wielding. Oh, and I got hit by the archer again. But at the very least, I got my souls back, so it'll be easier for me to get through here. So anyway, good thing about the sea bow, it has the highest range of any bow in the game. I don't think it is quite fast, but it is at the very least far reach. So as such, it is in my opinion the best bow to use in the game. Anyway, though, One easy way to deal with the archer is to just shoot him. With a bow, I don't think he's using a sea bow, I think he's just using a normal short bow. So I don't know how he's able to get such high reach with it. As we see there, the reach with this bow is amazing. And we lost him. But thankfully we can still hit the Varangian here. Pretty decent way to farm for souls, in my opinion. Just try to hit the Varangian, and if you hit him, he immediately falls in the water and drowns, at which point you don't have to do it. Thankfully, the whole logic of humans not being able to swim in Dark Souls doesn't just extend to you, the player character, it extends to any human. Break the barrel. Very good. Shooting fish in a barrel. Ironic, since I have to break the barrel, it's got to him, but I digress. Anyway, while I'm here, I might as well light some of the sconces in this area. The sea bow is actually a pretty rare drop in the Varangians. You're more likely to get... The good thing about the Varangians is you can farm scimitars off of them. The ones that wield scimitars, anyway, can drop it. The ones that don't can drop their weapon, which is simply called the Varangian sword. Dog. Okay. Anyway, the dog decided to drown himself, the poor thing. By the way, the whole not being able to swim also extends to the ambient fauna of Lardron and Drena Lake also. It seems like nothing in this game can swim. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here, get my souls back, and deal with these fellow soldiers. Once you make a big enough commotion, two of them come out of that little cave in the wall and attack. Anyway, gonna heal. There's a Varangian down there, or there's a Varangian up on top here, as well as a hollow prisoner that utilizes a torch. Easy way of doing it with the Varangian, sniping at him. Easy way of doing it with the hollow, getting up close to him and beating him before he has a chance of beating you. These hollow prisoners with torches are an excellent way of farming the torch item, case in point. And the way that the torch works is that for every torch you get, I believe it adds 15 minutes to the torch timer in your equipment. Which is a novel concept, having the torch being a consumable item that you have to keep track of, as opposed to being an enchanted weapon that can be used at any time. I feel is a very, very realistic way of looking at how the torch works. I mean, to be fair, this is a universe that has fire magic, and once you bring magic into the fray, contemporary physics just go out the window with the excuse of it being magic. Magic is kind of like time travel. Once you introduce it, basically anything is possible. Case in point, all the crazy shit that goes on in Harry Potter. Except for all the racism. In that box, in that hut, you find a... sample of dark pine resin, and okay, a second scimitar. I wonder if I have enough strength to dual wield these. I need 16 strength each. I don't think I have enough strength to properly dual wield a scimitar. Anyway, up here, you may not be able to see because of how dark it is. There is a dog here. Gonna light up these sconces. I think I also agitated a hollow soldier that was up here. Anyway, another Varangian. He will jump down and try to get the drop on you. Easy way to deal with him is to just back away, let him do his little jump. At which point you can easily just get close to him while he's recovering from the drop. And kill him normally. Varangian down. A hollow soldier. Some iron arrows are a common drop from the Varangians. Also, the fire longsword that you get from the Forest Fallen Giants is an excellent weapon to utilize here. Well, as I was saying, the fire longsword you get from the forest is an excellent weapon to utilize in this area. A lot of the enemies here are susceptible to slash and thrust, which both weapons use, and a lot of the enemies here, especially the dogs, are a prime example of this. A lot of enemies here are just weak to fire. Okay, needs one more arrow to be taken out, not the end of the world. I'm gonna switch to the longbow. See what I mean? The sea bow has 65 range at base, where the longbow has significantly less than that. There's another Varangian here. I believe that's him there. No, that's not him. Where is he? Anyway, there are two Varangians there. One that will throw oil at you, another one which will shoot you with fire. Easy thing to do is take out the one that's throwing oil at you, and then take out the one that's shooting at you, if you can find him. Right, there he is. Now I think I can see him now that I lit the sconce. Just barely can, okay? So with a Varangian marksman, sometimes you can knock him off the platform that he's on, at which point it will be a bit more annoying to hit him. Not impossible, just a bit more annoying. Anyway, there are other Varangians down there. Who's the one shooting at me? Ah, he is. Hey, I also have one of your bows. They're very finely made, by the way. Thankfully, if you can shoot them before they have a chance to kill you. Is he still alive? Is there another marksman? There's another marksman terrorism there. Okay, well, anyway, down there, there is a Varangian marksman over there, but I'm not going to deal with him just yet. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bait the dogs over towards me, and then bait the Varangians over towards me also. Anyway, I think I can get a clear shot of the marksman from up here. Come on, try to shoot me. Come up, Carol, let's see if I can shoot him. Oh, he's just out of reach. God damn it, he's in the okay, I was gonna say, he's in the perfect location to avoid all of my attacks. Anyway, the Varangian swordsmen are the real threats. The dogs are also a threat, but... God damn it, the dog killed me. Anyway, it'll be relatively easy to get back up here. Now that all the sconces are lit, I can, with some degree of ease, take out the Varangians and the dogs. The Crescent's Axe. In Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, it is a halberd-type weapon. In Dark Souls 2, for whatever reason, they made it into a great axe. I thought making it into a bardiche was perfect, but I digress. This to deal with the marksman and the Varangian here. Thankfully, with all these sconces lit, you can see your targets with perfect ease. Okay, that one fell in the water. Thankfully, with the way that I'm situated, I can hit that Varangian without a problem and not worry about him. Don't hesitate to utilize your farming gear as a means of getting arrows from the Varangians. The Varangians drop arrows like this cannon. Okay, anyway. Over here to this asswipe. Come on. Basically, the main way that they try to hit you is they try to blitzkrieg you by stabbing you multiple times with their scimitars. It's a very annoying attack to deal with. But if you have a shield with excellent ability and physical defenses, like the Watch Dragon Pharma, that attack will not be a problem. Miscreant, there he is. I would appreciate it if you dropped one arrow, but I digress anyway. Let's go down here. That was a waste. Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can... save Scrub before I actually died there. Sometimes if you put out of the game, it won't register your death as a death. I don't think that's gonna happen in my case, but whatever. Game was not exited properly. Okay, that's good. Hopefully that means that death was not counted. Exiting the game right before you die can sometimes result in the game not logging that death, and as a result, you don't lose out on any souls. Let's see if my bullet stain is up there on that house. Is it? Yes, it is. God damn it. Oh well, I lost out on those souls. Well, I would have lost out on them anyway because the dog killed me. Whatever. I'm just gonna do really like normal. I'm bitter. Because this game has a concept of soul memory. The way soul memory works is as you gain souls, it logs the amount of souls that you gain so that you can only engage in multiplayer with people who have a similar number of souls to you. Problem with that? Soul memory is bullshit because if you are not very skilled at the game, you could potentially get locked into PvP with people who are very skilled at the game and end up losing immediately, and that is stupid. That's basically penalizing players for making errors in the game, which I don't like. That is cheap. Regardless, that did not work. Moral of the story, if you're in an area that's risky, use an item called the Ring of Life Protection. And its upgraded big brother, the Ring of Soul Protection. The way that those rings work is that if you die, it will basically prevent you from losing your souls at that point. Go home. And the dog killed me, of course. Oh well. I'm bitter about losing, like, what, 15k souls? How many souls was it that I lost there? Look back at the recording, I think it was like 15k. That saddens me. Basically, the way soul memory works, if you look into your stats, that number where it has the symbol for the souls, that's your soul memory. It's basically a complete accumulation of all the souls that you've gained. It is bullshit. I do not like it. Moving on. Of course he got a managed to get a perfect headshot on me. Rangian. I'm big. Oh, that's 14k still on the brain. The good thing about taking out the hollows in this house first is that the hollows that will come after you have to chase after you one at a time, so utilize that to your advantage. It's so many of that. It gives you a permanent punishment for playing the game badly, and that is just not good game design. No. Anyway. Go in here, let's try to see if I can take out the ringing. Grab nose and outfits, take it upstairs, through the marksman. Sweet stuff after this ring into that. There's a shiny if I can just reach it without these guys getting my way. Heal, heal, heal. Oh, I'm at a fifth of the so I would have had at this point. Again, can you tell that I'm bitter? Because I'm quite bitter about this. Anyway, enough being bitter. Enough. My soul memory is going to increase much higher as I play the game. I'll just have to embrace what it is. God damn it! That guy dropped equipment and weapon equipment is armor. The fault was my own for jumping off and rolling into the water. I thought I was gonna roll onto the bridge, but no, I rolled onto the water like a dumbass. I'm still bitter about this. Anyway, enough getting angry at myself for losing out on 15k souls. I'll just farm ammo back up. Anyway, though, I have a relatively powerful weapon. What I should have done was I should have exited the house with a smart person instead of being all flashy and diving off into the water. Because, like I said, you can't swim in this game. What I was trying to do was something like that, but no. I flashy fuck. No, by all means, get over here, get over here, get over here. Still. My bitterness will die down as I continue through this area. I just can't stand soul memory because for a person that has OCD like me, it gnaws at you that, oh, you could have had that amount if you played the game well. Don't feel like utilizing that, so I'm gonna put on the Ring of Binding so that I have a little bit more health. Get over here, you dick. Get everybody over here and try to get the drop on me. Thankfully, I got the drop on him. Anyway. Fuck. Okay, I managed to, plug them over here. The dogs are the real annoyance because they... Okay. God fucking damn it. Fuck it. I'm gonna save scrub. No, I'm not gonna save scrub. Problem is, now I'm stressing myself out, and as a result, I'm not doing this all that well. OBS picking this up. Yes, it's good. Okay, I'm not gonna save scrub. It's not worth it. Not part of the fucking experience. I just have to live with it. Where was you? You're gonna come up or what? You're gonna come up or what? There you go. Thank you for that. Okay, killed him. I'm not gonna resort to save scrubbing, that's just... one. Where are the other ones? There we are. I'm going to the water. I'm gonna heal. Could have been at 7,000 right now, but I'm not. Come on, get down here. I'll get enough scimitars, so that's something at the very least. Not even sure if anyone is watching this. I'm surprised if anyone is watching this. Come on! Should have saved those souls, then I could have leveled up. Whatever. This is going to be so janky, I can't stand it. My sword nearly went through the guy. Anyway. I'm gonna live with it. Bob dropped something. He dropped the soul of a soldier. Okay. Oh, no. No. Not until I heal. Might as well show you what happens if you try to light a torch while you're doused in oil. You explode. Anyway, the reason why I have my torch on are these guys. There are enemies up here called undead aberrations, I believe they're called. I don't know what the hell they're called. They're humanoids with really long hands. Their main attack is swiping at you with their claws, and it deals a shit ton of blue damage. They drop some pretty good shit. Close to the amount that I would have had if I wasn't an idiot. There are more of these aberrations in this house. That will attempt to break through the building to attack me. This one is already in a rage state, so running him with a light source isn't going to do anything. That other one is also in a rage state. Running at the normal is such a bitch to deal with. I'm bitter. Oh well. It was close to the amount that I would have had if I wasn't playing like ass. Regardless, it's all part of the experience. This game is designed to be if you're not paying complete attention, and even then it's just hard period, so you know, just gotta live with it. Look how nice it's not to live with that guy. Being able to pixel perfect hit me in the face with armaments when I can't seem to do the same thing. My arrows are deadlocked to utilizing contemporary physics. Theirs are not. You see where the problem is? The problem is that I'm forced to utilize standard physics. Well, these guys don't have to adhere to the laws of physics. And that's honestly the main thing about Dark Souls that gets me annoying. That annoys me the most. Just the janky physics of the whole thing. Top of the game is lagging. Top of it all, the game is lagging. How nice. Anyway, though, this house here, Lucatile is in this house. I'll chat with her once I'm done dealing with the enemies here and I get my souls back. Thankfully, the Regalians are very weak to this. The Hollow Infantry, not so much, but the Regalians very much so are very critical, especially if you get a top attack on. On top of it, the game is lagging. My PC is piping hot. Wonderful. Let's hope I can get to those enemies and kill them before they have a chance of killing me. Both of these drop something. Radiant Life Gem. Heavy Boots, that's part of the Pyromancer set. I was hoping I'd get more of them because the Pyromancer set is actually some pretty decent armor. That one is just going to come out and cause problems. When they're in a berserk state like that, you can't stun them with fire. And so the best you can try to do is maybe try to get them to, try to outrange them, maybe? What if I use a spear? Yeah, Wing Spear is pretty good against these guys. You can easily outrange them. Okay, so spear is good against these things. Do I have any spear that's upgraded? No, so I might as well stick with this one. Okay, well, I'm back to the amount of souls I would have had before. Should be another one here. The good thing about spears is that they do a huge amount of poise damage. I mean, after all, it's going to be stabbed in the face. Of course it would do a huge amount of damage to your current posture. Shit. They're ganging up on me, that is not good. Anything you'd be better off dealing with them one at a time. Down they both go. At the very least, I broke even on my soul loss, finally, after God knows how many losses. Still bitter about this. Anyway, so the way that you reach Hugateel is you go into this building. Sorry, this building is a small domicile. Here's Hugateel's Mira.
What? This is... called. There, my with life I had, and then. Have you
So, she came from Mira.
and a
Life was
hollow
hard from her at
one
first. She didn't have a title.
consuming. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Anyway, though, let's go through here. Do an effigy. Go out here to this house. Torch. Thankfully, I managed to avoid getting hit with explosives there. Should be another one of these undead aberrations, I believe they're called. Yes, there is another one of them. Okay. Another radiant life gem. Anyway, here. That's required ahead. I believe there's a trap here. No, this box has the great sword. That's why he said guts required ahead. The great sword looks very similar to the dragon slayer that Guts uses in the anime Berserk. That box is trapped for whatever reason, and it has a silver talisman in it. Silver talisman allows you to basically pop a chameleon spell. How many frames are being lost here in OBS? Doesn't report any. Doesn't seem to report any lost. Drop frames 49%. Well, the kilobit seconds are in the red. I mean, in the green still. So that's okay. Anyway, another Vigarian here. You get the leggings. Also more Vigarians. Go up and out here. Sconce you can light. At the very least, I'm just about breaking even at the amount of souls I lost. There are more undead aberrations here. Be careful fighting them. Don't know if these guys fight also. Got the woman-phobic slash McCree rage slave. I really don't know. Okay, I'll take the fact that that one's just lashed out at me as a meme. So these guys are no longer woman-phobic. At the very least not at the current moment. They are dead, however. More heavy boots, okay. Another Radiant Life Gem, okay. Anyway, ringing that bell, pulling that lever at the top causes the bell to ring, and that bell sends the ship over. Down goes that guy. That's a Shadow Warrior of Drang Lake. They're assassins, formerly of Mira, employed by Drang Lake to function as specialized assassins. Quite a handful to deal with, especially if they manage to get off a combo on you or they just rail at you with their weapons. Anyway, from here, there are two potential shortcuts you can reach. One is in this building. This building, you'll find a gear named Goblin. You utilize him to sell, you can sell your weapons to him. Go here. Escape. For that reason. Anyway, that does it for this episode. I'll stream more later. Hopefully I don't shit the bed again with my souls. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna try to get those souls again. Because I'm an asshole. Anyway, now that I opened up that shortcut, it'll be much easier to get to where Goblin is. Avoid urinating on the thermite. Okay. This guy's out. Come on. Who always does that is, okay, he's gonna heal, I'm gonna heal. Right there. Anyway. I'm gonna turn the game off here and I'll meet you guys next time. And I'll make another episode of this next time. Till then, whoever's watching this, I hope that you have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.